Well, good evening, YouTube. Good evening, Rumble, and happy Tuesday. How's everyone doing? Having a good week so far, I hope. Having a pretty good week here myself. Actually, having a very good week because progress has been made on, well, I would say rebuilding my old machine that died. More like building it anew. Let's just say I'm going to take a few of the pieces from the original machine, add to it a few newer pieces, put it all together. And yes, if that sounds like a Franken machine, it probably is, but then most most builds are. But yeah, thanks to my parents and their birthday gift, I have a couple of the pieces already ordered. The case, the motherboard, and yay, will no longer be subjected to HP's proprietary stuff. And a really nice CPU fan to keep my CPU from getting too hot in the future. So, that's 3 things down. Have a power supply already, one that's been kicking around that's never gotten used. 750 watts, so yay for power. I'm going to take the CPU out of the old machine because it's still pretty good. The RAM out of the old machine because it's still pretty good. It's DDR4, but it's still pretty good. The hard drives, because of course. Still up in the air what to do about the GPU though. So, there's that. Oh, and yes, Thormurn's holding one of his lovely torches. He has used exactly 10 of them so far. Turns out you can only use one every 20 seconds. So that means you can use 3 of them a minute. It's going to take him a while to get that deed. Hello, drive-by, you say hi. Oh, happy Tuesday, looking good. Well, thank you. Happy Tuesday to you. I hope it was a good day. Now, we have to go rescue Nar, so...
Travel to Zudrugun together, and at once.
Let's, quit flapping our gums and go rescue the dwarf.
Our trust in Ergothorn, and travel with utmost haste to Zudrugun. Will we find there a band of orcs, as he says, or a time-wasting detour?
Oh, we're gonna need some more of that stuff soon. We're here and not much behind the orcs, if that is their foul stench I sense on the air. The other rangers who came with us will approach from the other slope, and we will rejoin them when they have scouted the height. For now, let us continue and defeat whatever orcs have stayed behind to defend their way back down the mountain. Alright. If these orcs are like others I have seen, some will be stationed between us and the summit. You think? Like these? Who are coming straight at me and totally ignoring you. Oh, you finally got one of their attention. Very good. Alright, come on. Come on, buddy, let's go. We have done well, but do not let down your guard. Who's there? I can hear you sneaking about. That is all of them. Make your way further up the mountain and find Candace on the way. So you're not coming with me? Okay, we need to go down and around. That's right. Come on, buddy. Take a leg. More Urkai. What do you think the boss wants with him? I guess we're never gonna find out, because I attacked them before he could get a response. Ah. Hello. There are orcs further up the mountain. I have heard some of their talk, and they call themselves the Grishguk. Their leader is called Nurzumgrot, and it sounds like he has come to the summit. We must fight through these orcs, Thormurn. All right, Candace. Take a leg. Oh. And they come propelling down the side of the mountain? Okay. Didn't realize they were that eager to die. There's a great troll ahead. Keep climbing the path and defeat it. What, you're not coming with me? You just gonna leave me to go defeat a troll on my own? Oh, there's Halros. There's the troll. And we are close enough to attack it, but it's not close enough to attack us back. You have defeated the defender of the span. That did it! The bridge is ours! Thormurn, this way. The orcs are at the summit. We have to do something, and quickly. Unless you want the same as that fool ranger, you'll tell me where Nora is. I told you, I don't know where he is. And if I did, I wouldn't tell you. Hold, orc. Ah, more rangers to slay. What a pleasing day this has become. Take them. Look at Fitzgear fighting. Hey, he's a dwarf through and through. These orcs are wearing out the rangers, though. That's not good. What is this commotion? Orcs, Nor? Orcs? Let me get my axe. how Nora is just so casual about it. If this is to be my end, I will finish as many of you rats as I can. Haha, I am ready. It is over. But what of Coroner? I am fine. I am merely winded. I am glad you arrived when you did. Ha ha ha. That is how you slay an orc. But where's Brain? He would want the honor of defeating the leader of the band, and it was wrong of us to deprive him of it. Well, at least he knows what an orc is still. I guess some things you don't... Yeah, a dwarf just doesn't forget. And it ported us out the instance before I could see what he had to say, but I think he just goes, yeah, I'm just winded, I'm fine.
Once again, Ergothorn has saved us a great deal of trouble.
I'm pleased that you came to the defense of Zudragun Thormurn. Once again, Ergothorn has saved us a great deal of trouble. Why do I not feel more relieved by this?
Before the attack, Nar became very agitated, and no words would calm him.
Before the attack, Nora became very excited, and no amount of calming words from Friskier could settle him. He moved from shelf to shelf in a certain section of the library, and in his agitated state, I could not even get his attention. I will point out to you the shelves. Perhaps this time, you will find some relevant information that will help us get to the bottom of our mysterious dwarf. The shelves are on the upper level on the north side of the library. This place is more of a wreck than I thought it was. So, we got several shelves to look at. That's not one of them. You have found some pages which have been hastily torn from a ledger volume, perhaps a diary or record of events, and seem to be only a few years old. Surprisingly cold for March. Our friend the ranger came by again today, and we spoke for a time about the situation in the north. His chief is on some errand to Mirkwood, but it seems to me that Tugon knows little of it as well. Nor has been in high spirits lately. I think he likes receiving visitors, though he does not always recognize them for who they are. Still, it seems to me he enjoys the company. He does spend a great deal of time in the mine. I only accompany him occasionally, but there are only so many times I can see Thor's stone house standing empty before the melancholy is too much. Nor sees it as it was, I think, so I'm content to let him visit it by himself. These periods give me time to write in my book, which is fine by this dwarf. I think tomorrow I will walk down to the coombe and see about picking more of the herbs I have read about. Perhaps I will make that brew after all. It will be nice to have Nor to talk to again. I feel bad for Friskier. I mean, Nor's the one who's lost his memory, and probably has lost it since what happened to Thor. But Friskier is kind of lonely. He found a stack of loose papers, yellowed with age, which seemed to have been placed back on the shelf randomly, with no regard for keeping them in order. And in the last month, a great number of the supports have fallen, giving rise to much concern among the dwarves who have stalls in Zegal Jabal. A dozen of our stonemasons were directed to repair the supports, and trade should resume shortly. With these stonemasons went several wagons of material, chiefly unearthed stone, but also a number of fine gems, a gift to the dwarves at Tell. We will see how hotly burn their forges, and if they can work the gemstones into their craft as well as we are able. Judging from the state of the next page, it is even older, and only a few words can still be read. Time we lost one of our own to the forbidden halls. They should seal it away and forget it was ever delved. You found a book of which the cover is missing, as are many of the pages, but it has been recently read and was clearly put back carelessly. But the beast returned that night, and the walls all around shook with the sound of its fury. The doors were barred, but the bars bent with each mighty crash of the creature's bulk, and the cracks began to appear along their lengths. "We must return its youngling," cried Cellar over the den, as he leapt forward, knocking aside the warriors that braced the door with their bodies. The first bar gone, and then the second. "No, Cellar!" they shouted, but it was too late. The third bar fell to the floor, and Cellar threw open the door. Old Stonetooth was through the doorway in seconds. Cellar was trampled underfoot, along with many good dwarves that spoke against the capture of Pebblewort. It availed them nothing in the end. Stonetooth thundered down the length of the hall, braying for her young, and then an answering bleat. It drew her down side passages and steep stairways, the flagstones cracking beneath her great weight. The dwarves freed Pebblewort from his cage, and many of them ran. Those that witnessed the reunion of mother and child did not survive to tell of it. But the next day, when the dwarves ventured back to those broken halls, all was empty. Old Stonetooth and Pebblewort were never seen in these caves again, and none know where they went. But it is still said today, when the earth shakes, that Pebblewort is running beneath the mountains, expressing joy at his freedom, carving great channels in the walls of the deepest caves with his golden horn. Not really much there. Although, there was one peculiar passage. The story about Pebblewort was interesting, what little we got to see of it. Sad, but interesting.
Oh, that was quite a battle, was it not?
It has been a long time since orcs dared to show their faces here. I must tell Thror when he comes back. And yeah. Nor may recognize orcs and be willing to fight, but he's still not there.
I do not know what interest Nar could have in these topics.
I do not know what interest Nor could have in this variety of topics, Thormurn. A list of repairs of a dwarf hole in the White Mountains, a page from Fritzgear's journal, and the story of some beast, likely more tale than true. I can think of no common thread to tie these together. Yet, just as I could not the last time he tried to make sense of the dwarf's curious behavior. Return to Halberd and tell him that, for now, Zundergund is safe from the orcs. You should be able to find him among the huts on the western side of Llanuch. Alright, so make sure we still have a way up to North Peak. Yep, we do. I think our only other option is Arndarian. That's where we're going. Kind of surprised that Coroner didn't pick up on the being visited by a ranger. And it wasn't recently, it was like a couple of years ago. But I guess, at the same time, could have been a ranger. They do travel far and wide and do their own thing, pretty much. Still, at any rate, Nora's safe. Well, I kind of feel bad that he's going to live out the rest of his life alone without any other dwarves for company. And Fritzgear, what will he do after Norse actually dies? Will he just stay there, or will he finally travel away from North Peak and go join the dwarves at the Lonely Mountains, maybe join the dwarves at Erebor, and join the dwarves at Thorn's Hall? Who knows?
I have bad news. We have found Ergothorn. He is dead.
Oh dear.
One of the scouts of the Ocluth found Ergothorn's body this morning.
One of the scouts of the Ocluth found anything more of his fate. So, we have found Ergothorn, but he's dead. Somebody killed him. Sounds like somebody choked him to death. And there he is. Indeed, he was a man of Gondor. It is as Halberd described. The man is wearing armor of Gondor and has no sword wounds on his body, but he is dead. You notice a scrap of parchment clutched in one hand, which you pry loose and read. To the Rangers, the dwarf has already told you your foe much, and I fear that it will be enough to endanger not just your errand, but the delicate situation in Dunland as well. Things are not as he thought they were, but they soon will be. He has been slowed by his uncertainty concerning the errand of your company, but not stopped. Those who swore the oath to Isildur at Eresh, you know of them and of their home beneath the Dwemenberg, but you do not know that some number of them sought to flee their curse and come to hide in a place called the Forsaken Road among the Lich Bluffs. If they could be made to fulfill their oath to your chieftain's forebear, all might not be lost. Not all remember the old ways, but I do. For Ithil that was lost, and for all else that was forgotten, I remain. Ergothorn. Typical Gondorian, brave to the last. Did you see the ghost image of the ranger standing here? That wasn't supposed to happen. They won't actually be showing up there until it's time to pick our road into Dunland. I thought that was kind of interesting that we actually caught a look at him in advance.
He was unable to deliver that letter in life. He has done so in death.
I know not who set upon him in the wilderness, far from safety. but I believe it is the foe of which he speaks, or an agent of that enemy. I believe now that Ergothorn's enemy is our enemy as well. But now at last it becomes clear. Whoever killed Ergothorn can move stealthily and strike without warning, but chooses to use neither sword nor bow. If this mysterious foe can move about without the knowledge of his prey, he may have overheard our conversations. If he too speaks with Nor, that could be the source of the dwarf's information, but twisted into a form unbeknownst to Nor himself. And it all comes back to the Oathbreakers. Is Ergothorn right? Could they be compelled to fulfill their oath? If we can learn that this is possible without the Forsaken Road, or within the Forsaken Road, that will be a great boon for Aragorn. Speak to Radnir at our camp in the Grove of Trees. Tell him that I want this investigated. Oh, before we do anything else, let me check my reputation. The Algreg. We're actually up to ally with the Algreg. Wow, that's pretty good. Hey, we're only acquaintance with Bree. Might want to do something about that at some point. Just, you know, might be nice to get that out of the way. How's our bags? Good, 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 good. We got a piece of furniture, a Gondorian candelabrum. Well, we'll send that off to get put in the Gondorian kin house. Not Thormurn's, of course, but I don't think it'll fit in his dwarven house. Hello.
Halberod's wishes are my own as well.
Halberod's wishes are my own as well. We will walk the Forsaken Road and see what lies within. And a Gondorian Night and Star Tapestry. Again, we'll send that to the Gondorian Kinship House.
Compel the Oathbreakers to fulfill their oath.
If Ergothorn is right, a number of Oathbreakers fled from the Dwimmerberg after Isildur cursed them and left Gondor. They traveled through the trackless wilderness, seeking to escape the curse, and came at last to the Lich Bluffs. Did they find what they sought, or did they come to realize there was no escaping their curse? I do not know. But if we could find the Forsaken Road where the group finally remained, we may learn something to our advantage. We may learn if Aragorn can compel them to fulfill their oath. I've spoken with Rod, the scout who found Ergothorn's body. He knows where the entrance to the Forsaken Road is and will show us the way. Talk to me when you are ready, and I will assemble a group of rangers to investigate.
Are you ready to depart for the Forsaken Road?
Yes. So, it's supposed to be a fellowship.
Forsaken Road, where a group of Oathbreakers sought to escape their curse. Is it possible that Aragorn might compel them to fulfill their oath? We seek to learn if it is so.
Alright, come on. This is an evil place, Thormurn, and the dread of it lies like a cloud upon my limbs, and so cold. I should think I would never be warm again. This is a place of the dead, kept by them throughout the long years. Will they rally to Aragorn's cause? We must learn. Says, stay alert. We do not know what we'll find. The men we seek. Okay. Hold, there is a present here. Show yourself. dares disturb this place? Who dares venture where only the dead may walk? The living may not pass. This road is not for you. Turn back. Turn back while you still have the power to do so. Come, my brothers, see these wayward children. Who dares disturb the restless dead? I dare. And what is that to us? Why should the dead care who you are? Why? Because my chieftain is the heir of him to whom you took your oath. Stand your guard, Thormurn. These men are without honor. We are here to listen to their words, but we must remain cautious. Do you acknowledge the right of Isildur's heir to hold you to your oath? You have not been judged worthy of speaking, weak child. If you could defeat me, perhaps Bertal will listen to your claims. Is everyone all right? Yep, doing good. You see now our strength. We are not to be trifled with, Manir. Ha! You cannot defeat me. Your honor is gone, and only my chieftain can return it to you. That remains to be seen, warm blood. The Dunedain and their allies will not be cowed by the likes of you, Oathbreaker. I desist, Dunedain, for now. You fight passing well for a child. Bertal will want to speak with you. Bertal always wants to speak with those who brave this road. Keep the chasm on your right, and you will find him. Keep the chasm on your right. And there's a big chasm there. One we would prefer not to fall into. And here he is, Bertal. It was unwise of you to come here, warm bloods. This place belongs to the dead who do not rest. And all your kind who stray here perish. All who stray here belong to the dead. You came to this place to escape your curse, Bertal, and you brought these men with you. But there was no escape, and you will never know the peace of your death. I will consider what you have to say. This seems to me a good sign, Thormurn. If the Oathbreakers will fulfill their oath to Isildur, we will command an army, the like of which has never been seen in Middle-earth. Surely, victory will not be far behind. Alright, I need a sip of water before we continue. Alright, that's slightly better. Yes, I will consider it, but only if you can stand against the dead. Witness the strength of the Dunedain and their allies. Yes, I am filled with the fear of you. Perhaps these others will do. Bertal, enough of this. We need to prove nothing to you. I think you do. We did not come here to entertain your careless whims, Oathbreaker. And yet you do so most admirably. Come, my kin, slay them. End this, Bertal. I command you to end this. I need not listen to your commands, warm blood. Hey, they wave to you before they go away. Hold! I have the authority to command you and all your kind, Bertal. For I am the heir of Isildur. What evidence do you have that this be so? Only this, the ring of Barahir, heirloom of Isildur's line. I see. We will fulfill our oath at last, that the heir may lift the curse. Tell your men. But that is not the ring of Barahir, and you are not the heir of Isildur. You are betrayed. You must escape the Forsaken Road. Candace. No! Get off of me. Thanks. Oop, I went the wrong way. Oh, you. What has happened? All of a sudden the Oathbreakers fell upon us, and we have only driven them off for the moment. We have to get out of here. Where's Candace? I have not yet seen him. Stop. We have to wait for Candace. He has not yet come this way. You are correct. We must get out of here. Hurry, before it is too late for us. Well, a moment of silence for Candace, one of my favorite rangers. And I know that was going to happen, but it still gets me every single time.
We knew there would be hardship on our road, but to happen so soon. Go to Coroner and tell him we are done with Sudrugund and done with Nar.
I want Coroner to come back from Sudrugund. It is time we made ready to leave once again, and I want every ranger ready to depart. We have lost too many of our number to foolish detours. Enough. Go to Sudrugund and tell Coroner that it is done. We ride at first light. I do not care what Nor may know, or of what Ergothorn was afraid. I thought we could attain some secret, some new wisdom that would be of use to Aragorn when we came at last to him in Rohan, but I was wrong. There is no secret weapon, no easy victory. Go to Coroner and tell him we are done with Sudrugund and done with Nar. Okay. He's definitely not happy. And I believe this is the last time that we officially have to use our Norse Peak milestone. Fortunately, we didn't use it the first time. There is an air mystery about this place. I do not know what to make of it.
I will follow Halberod's orders, but I will not leave until I have some answers.
I must follow Halberod's orders, but I will not leave until I have some answers. After the disaster of the Forsaken Road, I strode through the combe and collected the ingredients for the strange-smelling brew. Kibble was Nijum Baju, and who was that? Britzgear did not want to, but in the end, I gave him no choice, and he has brewed the drink and given it to Nor. Hurry, go now to Nor and ask him, once again, how he knows of the Oathbreakers. Ask him how he knows the words of Elrond concerning the Pass of the Dead. Ask him why my friends are dead. Go, Thormurn. We will leave Sudrugund, but first I want to know why all this has happened. How did you know Elrond's words?
I did not know the words of Elrond were a secret. My friend knew of them.
I did not know the words of Elrond were a secret. My friend knew of them and spoke at length concerning the futility of traversing the Pass of the Dead. Nor breathes deeply the strange-smelling brew, and he smiles quizzically at you. He sees much that perhaps should have remained hidden, it's true, but when he speaks of a thing, I confess it seems foolhardy to disagree or debate with him on it. He has a curious way about him, this friend I met in the mines. I thought it strange to see him there, but he said Herluf brought him down. Nor's brow creases in thought. But that's odd. Herluf went south to Ziggle Javal and hasn't been here for years. I wonder when he let my friend into the mines. He can't have. Who did you meet in the mines?
He was very interested in the Rangers, of course.
He was very interested in the Rangers, of course, and in the Dunlendings who lived nearby. He wanted any maps of cave systems and dwarf mines I could bring him from the library. He said he was trying to protect the Dunlendings from a massive gathering of orcs, and so he was. You saw the group that attacked us here. But Nar...
Why, Saruman the White, of course.
Nor looks at you. Nor looks at you with amusement. Clearly thinks you have said something funny. Why, Saruman the White, of course. I thought you knew. Nor does not seem to notice your shocked expression. He has long been a friend of my family, of course. He is the very wisest of the wise, it is said, and I agree. Nor finally seems to notice your shocked expression, and as you rashly explain Saruman's treachery, Nor waves his hand impatiently. There must have been some mistake. Thormurn has always been a friend to the dwarves, and through the long years he has told us a great deal that would otherwise remain hidden. The wizard has not betrayed us. There must have been some mistake. You seem to think I have done something wrong, but I can't tell you. I could tell you I certainly have not. How can it be? Did he say anything about Ergothorn?
He never spoke of anyone called Ergothorn to me.
He did speak occasionally of someone doing his work in the lands of Enedwaith, Dunlin, and Rohan, but whether he was talking about the same person or more than one was never clear to me. It is not the place of this dwarf to question a wizard. The distant expression that Nora usually wears has been replaced with a shrewd glare. He is still under the effect of the strange-smelling brew, but that clarity may not last long.
I cannot believe this. We have played right into Saruman's hands.
The traitor Saruman has been influencing our errand without our knowledge, and we have played right into his hands. This stage of our journey, this investigation into the mystery posed by Nor, is over. Halbert is right. The next stage of our journey will take us south into Dunlin, likely towards war and danger, right beneath the shadow of our enemy. But it does not matter. What matters is that we journey. For good or ill, the Grey Company will continue on its road. This detour means our enemy knows we're coming. We must hope he does not know why, but if he does, perhaps that knowledge will cause him to make a mistake, to make some error he will regret. Our friends have perished. Our hope for the future must not die with them. The Grey Company will ride again, and soon. You will come with us if you still wish to. I would not blame you for changing your mind, for the road will be hard. Okay. Height, agility, vitality, will.
It is true. We don't know what we will find as we ride south. I look out over these lone lands and wonder what will happen to them when we have gone. But this is something we must do. Each of us has sworn an oath to Aragorn, our chieftain, and none of us will break that oath. We know the risks. None of us would join the Grey Company if we felt its errand was not important enough to brave those risks. For my part, I will not give in to fear of the unknown. We all have our role to play, and I hope only that when I have played mine, the world will have been better for my having been in it.
The final words of Candace.
We have delayed too long already. I am ready to go.
Return to Halberd and Llanuch, and we will decide how best to proceed south into Dunlin. We will leave this place behind, and none too soon. If we had left earlier, we could have left with Candace and my fallen brothers, and not without them. We are so close to Kendrick with the Grey Company. And we'll definitely have to come back for our Kendrick with the Algreg. But for now, we head back to Llanuch without Candace. Hello, orc. You're lucky, I don't have time for you at the moment. And there they are. Standing at the camp, like we kind of foresaw when I left the the crafting hall earlier.
Coronir is right. This delay has been costly.
If what you say is true, and Thormurn does know of our errand, we travel from hardship into even greater peril. And yet we must not despair or turn from our road, or our brethren will have fallen for naught. Halberd sighs, his brow creased with worry. There are 2 paths we could take into Dunland, and I propose that we split into smaller groups and travel each of these paths. We will be less likely to be noticed as we cross into Dunland. Pressadir and Bragiar have scouted our options. Speak with them to hear of the 2 roads that we might use to enter Dunland.
The Bone Vales are dusty and barren, and its people are tough, like coffin nails.
The southeast passage into Dunland will take us through the Bone Vales, an unhospitable and barren land. The crags and valleys are dusty and barren, and its people are tough, like coffin nails. There are very few souls in the Bone Vales, few eyes to watch our passage. Caution must be our watchword, stealth our constant companion. My group would welcome your presence, Thormurn.
Trumdrang is a forested land, where shadows pool in the hollows between the hills.
The southwest passage into Dunland will take us through Trumdrang. It is a forested land where shadows pool in the hollows beneath the hills. As I scouted ahead, I saw emblems and totems of a horned stag, but few people. They are likely to be on the edge of the conflict in Dunland, though, if it be by their choice or by necessity, I did not discover. You are welcome to come with my group into Trumdrang, and we will learn the truth of it. So, we can go via the Bone Vales or via Trumdrang.
Which road do you wish to take into Dunland? Each will have its dangers.
You have heard what we know about our possible paths into Dunland. Each way could be dangerous, and we will not know what awaits us until we get there. Which road do you wish to take into Dunland, Thormurn? Each will have its dangers. Make your choice and tell Bragiar or Prestadir which group you will follow. Bragiar if you wish to travel through Trumdrang, or Prestadir if you wish to enter the Bone Vales. I kind of feel bad because I have to choose between the 2, and I kind of like both of them. I do believe... I want to say Medriel went the Trumdrang route. I could be wrong, though. Well, while I'm thinking about it, let me go empty my bags, because this might be the last time we can do this for a little while.
You are ill-equipped to venture into these lands.
Oh, I just thought of something. I can't send that to the kin house unless I go there myself and place it. Ah, okay.
What have we to say to each other, Devodiad?
Yeah, I think I could swap out. I think I have anything in here I can put away. Nope, I don't. I don't have the space for anything. So if I can't send that, I know who I can send it to. Porcelain gets the hides. Okay, I can send these off too. I already have a nice stack of them. I think that's about it. This row here is all reputation items for the task board. There they are. I think we're going to, as much as I like I said, I like them both. I like Bragier, and I like Prestadier. We're going to go with Prestadier.
I'm glad you have chosen to accompany my group into the Bone Vales.
I'm glad you have chosen to accompany my group into the Bone Vales, Thormurn. The road will be dangerous, and I could use your abilities. We will be mostly in the open and exposed unless we are very careful to stay in the shadows of the cliffs. We will not travel by the road. I will meet up with you just west of the road as it enters Dunland. Let us be off at once. We can assess what awaits us once we cross into the Bone Vales. Sorry, Bragier. Don't worry. The next time around, I'll choose you. Last time around, I chose you. So we need to go which way? Yep. That's the way we're going. Still like that building. And the statues. Although, I could almost swear the statues at Horndarian are of Saruman. That's what it looks like. It looks like Saruman. Which I guess would have been built when Saruman wasn't a bad guy. We traveled along this path plenty of times. See way off in the distance the shadows of the mountains behind the mountains, or behind the hills. That's Forest Coombe back there. And I can't remember what that is. See if it's on the map. Try claws. Hello?
We have crossed over into the Bone Vales.
We need to know what the situation in this valley may be, and what threats could endanger this leg of our quest. Bloodhund here tells a tale of mysterious happenings. You should hear him out, and do as he says. We will need allies in this land. Once you have aided Bloodhund and his friends, we can meet up again in the hidden valley to the south. It will be the perfect location from which to scout the twisting ways of the Bone Vale. Travel ahead and meet me at the camp there.
Many foul things dwell in the shadows. I fear wolves will be the least of our troubles.
You are Devodiad here. You do not belong here any more than I do. Among the vales and cairns of the Bone Vales, a clan has long dwelled. The clan called the Devlig, accursed in the Western, are oath breakers and were driven into the Bone Vales as punishment. Recently, strange occurrences and evil rumblings have been heard from the cairns that have long laid dormant. Will you search for signs that might explain what has happened here? Journey west from here and see what you can find. When you have found the signs I seek, you should find my friend Charon and deliver the evidence to him. I last saw him heading west through the valley. So, we're looking for evidence. New deed, Slayer of the Dead. Come on. Disturbed earth. Examine disturbed piles of earth. Anything else up here? Other than a really nice view. Nope. Okay. Woo! Oh shoot! Oh shoot! Oh shoot! Whoa! That was not the way down. Surprisingly, we survived it. Disturbed earth. Alright, so we're looking for one more. I see it. Examine remains. What remains? Oh, those remains.
Greetings. Will you remain here long?
It appears that we have another devotee in our land. In these troubled times, sadly, outsiders seem to be the people who are the most willing to give aid. You must know it appears as if the honored dead are being twisted or now stirring from their cairns.
It is not our custom to trust Devodiad, but perhaps you may be of help to me?
Recently, a large army was gathered within the Bone Fells, poised to attack the outbred clans of Enedwaith. However, Yoroth, a great Brennan among the clans, summoned the warriors south to Wolf's Cleft to ready an attack against the accursed Strawheads. South to Wolf's Cleft. Following the withdrawal of the forces, Thormurn, Brennan of the Dalvig, began attacking all those who would assist outsiders like yourself. My band was scattered throughout the valley. You seek out those who survived the attack and assist them if possible. Travel east and look among the rocks and hills for my companions. When you have found them, return to Bloodhunt and let him know we are safe. I was going to say, Wolf's Cleft. Things didn't end too well at Wolf's Cleft.
You are welcome here, as long as you do not trouble us.
Karen sent you to find me. I do not understand what has happened. Will you please let any of my companions you come across know I escaped the Divlig's attack unscathed? Thank you, Devodiad. Words. Those weren't normal words. Oh, I see you down there. You know. Yeah. Out.
I have heard the wails of the Kuthral in the night.
Huron sent you. Then we should speak. We had a peaceful arrangement with the Devlig at one time. We would bring them goods, and they would allow us to pass unimpeded northward. Ever since the warriors marched to Wolf's Cleft, the Devlig have become increasingly hostile to those they saw as Devodion, outsiders. They attacked our band, and we were taken unaware. Only a small number of us survived. Talk to Bloodhunt. Hello. I'm glad to hear that some of our band survived the Devlig's brutal attack. I swear that the treachery of the Devlig shall not go unpunished. White feather. No. Okay, what's worth most? A feather.
The old woman of the mountain says we should not trust Devodiad.
So he wants us to kill some of these Devlig Dunlunders.
The old woman of the mountain says we should not trust Devodiad.
To destroy their banners or their standards.
Many foul things dwell in the shadows. I fear wolves will be the least of our troubles.
And recover the sigils that were taken from the fallen Dunlunders after they got attacked. Now, let's see. If I remember right, the Dunlunders we're looking for are up there. So now I have to remember how to get up there to get to them. Thormurn, I was going to say, Thormurn, can we get done with this already? Ah. See. If I go that way, we're going out of the area. We need to go up that way. The fact that these particular Dunlunders are willing to live here in the shadow of the tombs is kind of creepy. Now we have to find... Oh, there he is. Okay. I think that was everything. Excuse me. You bag of bones? Hey. Excuse me. All right, I have done what you asked. Their defeat on the hill will show their brethren that we will not go quietly from this place. We will defend our right to trade with whom we wish. Now that their standards have been destroyed and their captain defeated, the Devlig will know that we are not to be trifled with. What we got? Might, vitality, physical mastery, good for a champion or a guardian. Will and tactical mastery. This one's not very good. It would be something for a spellcaster, but it's not very good at all. And the heavy armor is also for captain or guardian or champion. But since it's worth the most, we're going to take it. You have done me a great service, Devodiad. The cowards will not sully the memory of those who stood beside me in honor. Well, I'm glad.
Do not speak the names of evil things, for you will call them.
Among the cairns to the southwest, the bodies of those that have long laid eternal have begun to stir and rise up from their graves. I would know what evil causes this to happen. Perhaps if you examine the cairn entrances, you might find some evidence of the power behind this abomination. Will you do this for me? Journey south and then west through the valley. There you should find the cairns.
The old woman of the mountain says we should not trust Devodiad.
Within the past moon, our ancestors have begun to rise from their resting places here in the Bone Vales. These once great heroes' bodies have been twisted and corrupted and attack those who still draw breath. If you journey south and west into the valley, you will come across these terrible wights. Defeat them if you would, for such an abomination should not be permitted to continue. Now, let's see. Okay, so book 4 is still way over here. that's one. Of course, it doesn't tell us what we found when we examined it. It just says to examine it, and we do, and you examined it. I'm like, yeah, but what did we find? I want to know. I want to know right now. And we're to report back to that guy with what we have discovered. Hopefully running across one more skeleton on the way back. Yep, there we go. Hello again. When the whites first emerged from their graves, I had hoped someone had simply crept into their cairns and removed their bodies. However, it appears as if these cairns were disturbed from the inside. I fear what this might mean for the interred. Unlike the Lich Bluffs in the north, this place has always remained undisturbed until now. We must discover what has caused the whites to walk among us. I mean, we don't need the bow, but we'll take it. I think for the moment, that's everything he has for us. Unless we have... I don't see any... Wait. Something rotten. The sword appears to have belonged to a Dunlending from the nearby tribe. Excuse me. I found this. I fear this bodes ill for us, Devodion. It appears as if there are some among the Daevlig who have been complicit in raising the whites from their graves. We should warn our allies among the cairns about this foul betrayal.
Do not speak the names of evil things, for you will call them.
Okay, the whites in the movement of the Daevlig pose a growing threat to the clans of Dunland. Several of our allies are located at Ecad Naglanc, the camp of a northern Devodiad like yourself, on the southern border of the Bonefills. Would you bring word to them and warn them of the danger that the evil one poses? Okay, travel south along the road, then turn due east and travel up the path. South along the road, turn east, travel up the path. Unanimate the undead while you're at it. And kill a few more Dunlanders, because, you know, they did kill a bunch of their own people. Turn east. Oh, we're going the wrong way. See if we can find this place. I know I've infamously had a hard time finding this place in the past. Okay. I'm nowhere near it. Heck. Wait a second. The quest was leading me back to that spot because it wanted Deer. The spot I always have trouble finding. We're close to it. We are very close to it now. Wait a second. Okay. There we go. We found it.
Hail, friend, and well met.
There's even a stable here. Hello, Deer.
The people of the Bone Vales could be valuable allies against the dangers in the south.
This will be a good place for which to launch our exploration of the Bone Vales, Thormurn. We should help the people of the Bone Vales as much as we can, for they could be valuable allies against the dangers that await us further south. Agility, fate, critical rating. Will and fate, might and fate.
people of the Bone Vales are in need of our help.
You should continue to give them your support in any way you can, for we will need allies if we are to make it through Dunland. There are mysteries aplenty in the Bone Vales. If we can get to the bottom of them, we may have earned allies without which our passage south could be difficult. Once you are satisfied that you have done all you can, travel southwest to the village of Galtrev in Pringwid. There you will find Halbred, and we can decide what should be done next. Alright. How's our bags looking? Little full. But we have a vendor here.
Greetings.
Now, we're going to get rid of that. Yeah, we're getting rid of that. And we can finally get rid of that. Man, we've been using that since Mathiful. That's how long I've had that. Any of these recipes I need. Nope. And nope. And nope. And yes. Fire oil recipe. Finally! Oh my god, he's going to be making so many of those. We are definitely making those for him. Okay. Alright, I guess we need to talk to some people and see what they need. Hello. Only a few hours ago, Ecadne Glank was attacked by the Devlig. Those foul vermin took my friends captive, but I was able to fight them off in the end. Agility, vitality. Okay, what's worth the most? The helmet. Woohoo!
Many foul things dwell in the shadows. I fear wolves will be the least of our troubles.
Okay, so this is an instance. Several of my companions were taken from this place following the attack. I was able to fight off the last of the Devlig, but I need help to rescue my captive friends. Will you help me? If so, let me know when you are ready to leave. So I guess we're helping this guy rescue his friends. After I get a drink of water. Hello, TWS Lives. Just saw your message, and thank you. I'm doing all right. How are you this Flying Tuesday? Hope you're still here.
Many have recently been taken captive by the Dive League. I fear a grisly fate will befall our allies if they are not found and rescued.
All right. Go ahead and at least get some rolls up. to find the people that need to be rescued. Hey! Come back here. Thank you for freeing me.
You're welcome here, as long as you don't trouble us.
This place was once sacred to our ancestors. These Divlig have betrayed the place and their people. Thank you for your assistance. Now we're missing one.
Greetings, friend of the Grey Company.
Thank you for releasing me from the Divlig. I will speak with you again at Ekad Naglong. You're Naglong. Now we need to find the boss and defeat him. Alright, where's the boss? Not that way. And we almost clipped through that. Oh my god, that would not have been good. There's Gerwin. And there went Gerwin. Completed. Missing persons. Rescued the people. Ah, there you are. Thank you for rescuing my companions. We are regrouping at Ekad Naglong. Follow me. Thank goodness. With our allies now freed, we can begin to investigate what is happening here. What am I taking? Vitality, evade, incoming healing. Actually, nice looking necklace. Light armor. Shield. Surprisingly, the light armor piece is the one that's worth the most. That's not normal. What's this? Bring the note to Hall. The note reads, seek out any Devodiad and drive them from this place. There are 2 encampments. Capture as many of them as possible. Kill the rest. Treyharn. I should have known. Treyharn of the Divlig is a vicious monster. And now what are we picking? Light, vitality, physical mastery. We'll take the pocket item, it's worth the most.
May go on and stay a moment and speak with me.
Thank you for coming to our rescue. Several of the local Dunlendings have played an important role in bringing members of the Great Company through the Bone Vales. These fine people have risked their lives to help us, and we must do the same in kind. I would have you seek out the Divlig and lay them low, both to avenge the folk who have fought on our side and to secure our passage through the Bone Vales. Travel north and up the hill. There you will find the remnant of the patrol that attacked us. Bring me their sigils as evidence that the deed is done. About as close as I can get it. I've got the second monitor a little up and moved up. So hopefully I will see at a glance if I get any messages on the Rumble side. Since I've never been able to figure out how to get the text-to-speech working or anything that dings me. Oh, wait a second. Since we don't need the milestone at North Peak anymore, we could swap out. Alright, so now we have a milestone here. And we should be at the point where we can use it. Oh, hello. Sorry. Your forge. I'll leave you up to it. Now we need to defeat the Dunlanders and collect their sigils. And we want to be in this area. Hopefully that was just a dead body and not another quest. I don't see any quest items that popped up, so hopefully. She thought I missed her. I saw her. Alright, so we have killed a number of Dunlanders. And which way are we going back to the camp? That way. Yeah, the bird hanging out on the mailbox. Neat. Hello?
Your aid is welcome, friend.
The patrol scattered, we should be able to learn what is happening here in the Bonefells.
The Grey Company is grateful for your aid.
There have been reports of whites rising from ancient cairns that line the bone quarry. These cairns have stood for generations, unsullied until now. We must find a way to close them. Will you seek out the cairn openings and seal the entrances? If so, travel down the path and east to the bone quarry.
The Grey Company is grateful for your aid.
And that's just to defeat some more undead. And these undead have to be in a specific location, not just any old undead. But we have reached that location. This is the Bone Quarry. I mean, it might kind of sort of work. That's 2 down. Really? Die. Thanks. Trying to pick up any other random quest items. I did. Talk to Ilor at his camp in the Bonefield. Which is where every single one of these quests is heading now. There you are.
The Oak Gwyrod requires us to give welcome to Devodiad.
The plight of the Boneville saddens my heart. The bodies of those that have passed on should not be troubled in this manner. I weep for those who have fallen. Nope, nope, and nope. So we'll take that because it's worth the most.
Greetings. Will you remain here long?
With the cairn sealed, fewer of the whites can emerge to stalk the land. It is a shame that this has come to pass.
You are welcome here, as long as you do not trouble us.
The chain link appears to be a piece of several larger chains that were sold recently to the Treherne. Brennan of the Devlig This link seems to have undergone some dark rite to bind a fell spirit to the body of one of our ancestors. Okay, that's new. How are we doing? We're getting close.
Hear me out, Devodiad.
Among the
Tale to tell.
Among the remains of the creatures that we have dispatched, several chain links have been recovered. These links hold the key to the travesty that has occurred here. Will you bring me any of these links that you may find while dispatching the wights plaguing Thormurn?
It is not our custom to trust Devodiad, but perhaps you may be of help to me?
These are sad days for our people, Devodiad. Those who went before us and guided us for generations are being defiled by those who have betrayed us. I fear that Thormurn, the cairn of our greatest leaders, has fallen as well, but it may be that you will learn more of the evil there. The entrance lies to the east of here. Travel there and defeat the wights which stand guard outside its entrance. I've forgotten how much was involved in the bone bells. Completed, Slayer of the Dead. Already? Okay, I'm not complaining. Alright, so we need 5 more whites. And I just now realized that I killed the the captain. Like, I don't know, almost a full minute after I killed the captain. We need 1 more. Oh, and there's our unlucky white there. Excuse me, return to your undeath, thank you. Haha, I've forgotten how to get back. That's nothing new. Wait, is he?
The Uqwirod requires us to give welcome to Devodiad.
I hope that with this defeat, our ancestors will be left to rest. Thank you for your aid in this task. Alright, that's definitely spellcaster. captain or champion. And that's what we want right there.
I have not seen your kind before.
Sadly, these chains are indeed the ones that were gifted to the Daveleg. I fear that might be so. I'm unsure how this has been done, but we must do what we can to prevent our ancestors' bodies from being befouled further.
It is not our custom to trust Devodian, but perhaps you may be of help to me?
With the recovery of the chain links, I have no doubt that the Davig are undead complicit in the raising of the lights here. This must not be allowed to continue. Return to Llanuch. He will wish to know what we have learned. Yes, die. Thank you. So, what do y'all think of the Boneville so far? Not so creepy anymore. Used to be very creepy when I first played it. Now, not so much. Ouch. Ouchie, ouchie, ouchie. Alright, you are gonna get sick and tired of me after a while, but I need you to buy my junk. I wonder if the NPCs would actually get sick and tired of us selling our junk to them and not buying anything in return. Because that's what we do to them a lot. We sell a bunch of junk to them, but we don't buy anything from them. Nope. Nope. Cloak of Fate, nope. Got so much junk. Alright, what else do we have? We have other stuff in here we can sell. Maybe I'll hold on to that. If for nothing else, cosmetic. Sell that. Definitely sell that. I just feel like that's gonna have to do for the moment. Alright, I've returned again.
Welcome and well met, my friend.
While the attack by the dead leg was unexpected, I fear that I must agree with... I cannot read the name. Alara, these chains confirm that Frelam Brennan was complicit in these actions. One of our allies, Llanuch, is actually his daughter, and I now fear for her safety.
Greetings!
If you have a moment, I have need of your assistance.
Your foreign the words I swear I can speak. And maybe I will after a sip of water. Okay, that's better. Or maybe it isn't. Don't know why, but my mouth is so dry today. Before our imprisonment, we had heard rumors that the Brennan had begun to fall to dark influences. His daughter, fearing the decisions that he was making, sought assistance from us. Recently, she has become missing, and we fear the worst. One of our scouts saw her being brought to Plasmaru, which most certainly bodes ill for her. Will you enter that terrible place and find her? Speak with me when you are ready. So it's another instance. Sure, why not? We should probably save the lady, right? May the Valor light your way in that dark place.
A great number of the Dive League was seen entering the Great Cairn, across Maru.
Oh, we're out of something.
We might discover what causes the dead to...
Oh, we're out of our, battle lore. It's time for Thormurn to get busy making himself some stuff. I don't remember a ton about this place, but we're gonna go rescue the lady, or attempt to. If we don't get, like, totally lost. They're like underground docks. I like the music in this instant. There's the other lever. Defeat the chieftain and his fell spirit companion. How dare you interfere with our work? My daughter's a trivial price to pay to reclaim what should have been ours ages ago. Finish the ceremony while I deal with these meddlers. Why must I suffer these interruptions? Do you not realize that you are but puppets in my hands?
I have not seen your kind before.
Untie me, Devotion, and I shall lead you out of this place. I mean, I could have just followed where your father went, but okay, thank you.
Welcome and well met, my friend.
LOTRO has been one of our allies since we made our way into the Bonevales. Her release bodes well for our chances of escaping the Bonevales. However, her father's fall into darkness, and the foul creature whose machinations were the cause of it, may lead these poor people to unending torment. Will, vitality, agility, vitality. Once again, gonna take what can sell for the most. And what did we do? What did we do? What did we do? What did we do? Known to the men of Dunland. Okay, so we're starting to get Dunland repped here. And we've just made acquaintance with the men of Dunland. We're like 4,000 points away from maxing out Grey Company. I was hoping we were still getting Grey Company rep, but I guess that's not the case. Down to the Dunlandings.
May go on and stay a moment and speak with me.
Along the valley, well above the bone quarry, a small set of cairns trail further to the west. A large number of whites have been drawn to the area for some unknown reason. Can you seek out the whites in these cairns and banish them from the Bonevales? It is troubling that the foul demons have begun to move most freely. Eastward along the ridge above the bone quarry and follow the valley to the end.
The Grey Company is grateful for your aid.
I've spoken with my Dunlanding allies, and they seem to have a belief that spreading ashes before the cairns of the dead will prevent the whites from escaping their tombs, though I have many doubts of the veracity of this claim. Nonetheless, I have promised that the task will be performed before I leave. Will you help me? So, kill whites, scatter ashes. Yeah, some of these quests I don't think I ever bothered to stop and read when I was doing them the last couple of times. The one thing about playing this through again, I actually have been paying a lot more attention to the quest and what they say. He said up above the bone quarry. So we don't want to go, or do we want to go down there? Or do we want to go up here? It's going this way, so we're gonna follow the... I was gonna say the bouncy dot. The arrow. Has to be. It keeps leading me back here. No, it's not here. So, we got a few free whites out of that. So, closer to that deed being done. And who are you?
I have not seen your kind before.
Thank you for sending these abominations to oblivion. The evil they represent cannot be tolerated in these sacred lands. Oh. Again, we take what's most expensive. Ah, we have finally come across what we were looking for. And talk to Mare again. Her name is Mare, M-A-I-R. Mare. Hello?
The Uch requires us to give welcome to the Duvorion.
The ashes you spread should prevent more of these abominations emerging from the cairns. Thank you, Devodion. I guess that's it. I get the feeling that's all the quest. Means our next step is quite a distance away. Oh, it's all the way over in Galtreb. Well, first off, let's find the road. Then we can get on our steed and follow the red. How many steel tokens he has now? Seems like you should have a fair bit of them. Guess there's only one way to find out. 45 of them. He's back up to 45 steel tokens. And the anniversary festival was extended again. It is now... It now ends on the 1st at 3 a.m. June 1st. Alright, before I go ahead and kill it, I'll go over it. If it would stay still for a second. 56 of 200. I need to kill 150 more of these things. 140 more of them. Yeah, after this one, it'll be 140. Alright, so here's the road. We go, take a left, follow it. And this should be our turnoff right here. Yep, there we are.
The passage of the Bone Veils went well? Good.
Passage of the Bone Veils went smoothly. Good. It is the same for the group that braved from Dring, and they were able to provide some help to the people there. Now we must see what awaits us here at Prin Gwyd.
I want to know if Saruman's promises have already taken hold here.
We need information. Galtreb is a place of no little significance in Dunland, and I want to know if Saruman's promises have already taken hold here. Start in the lower reaches and see if anyone will speak to you of the situation here. Maybe a little bit. I'm ignoring this guy for now.
You do not belong in this land. You are not welcome.
Who are you, Devodiad? You do not belong in this land. You are not welcome. She scowls at you. Speak with Ketrin and leave me be. She knows what should be done with Devodiad. And of course, the very first thing we're going to do is grab that stable, which Ketrin is conveniently located near.
Gwyrod requires us to give welcome to Devodiad.
There we go. And since we're already done in that one spot, we can find the milestone here. Right here. And rebind. Where's the old lady? There she is.
You want to know what is happening in these lands?
She looks you up and down appraisingly. You want to know what is happening in these lands? You are far from home. So far from home. In Galtreb, you must not offend the wrong people. It is dangerous to make enemies here. Yes, it is. If you seek information, you will seek one of these three. Dai, Wulun, or Idwal. They will teach you about these lands. We need to find one of the three people she mentioned so we can learn about these lands. And which one are you? You're Idwal.
This land belongs to the Ox clan. You will not leave here alive.
Okay. You have much to learn at the hands of the Ox clan. The angry Dunlending has been cowed. I yield! I yield! You better yield. I come up here to ask you some questions and you start attacking me. Well, I guess not all the booths are welcoming to Devodiad. But then we knew that.
I did not think to see you again, Devodiad, but I was wrong, yeah?
I heard the cries of that pathetic ox from here. Folk of many clans live in Galtreb, but those who have grown wealthy from the gifts of Saruman float to the top. We of the lower village work hard just to get by, but the taskmasters in the upper village live off our labor and return the products of them to the wizard. Perhaps you can be of some use to the Hegbogluth, the clan of the Falcon. We stand against those who have been thrown in with Saruman.
Even the folk of Galtreb are put to work to further the wizard's aims.
People of many clans have listened to the promises of Saruman, and where his words are not enough, his gold does the trick. Even the folks of Galtreb are put to work to further the wizard's aims. At the lumber camp northeast of here, trees are felled and the wood prepared for carting to Isengard. Go there, steal their axes, and throw them in the pond east of the lumber camp. Even if they fish them out, the rust will make the axes unreliable and difficult to use. Members of the Dragon Clan may have brought the axes to other settlements in Pringwid. Those will do as well. Simple act of rebellion, maybe, but its effect could be sweeping. I like her. I always have liked her. A little bitty old lady, but she's got quite the attitude. Quite the attitude. Alright, enough questing for the moment. Now, I believe up here somewhere... Nope, not here. Up around here somewhere is skirmish camp. If I can find it. You'd think I would know where every single skirmish camp was, but I don't. Not really. Not here. But this looks like some sort of sparring ring. Alright, I guess we're opening up the map. Where? Oh, it's way over there. I'm going totally the wrong way. This is the skirmish camp. We need a skirmish trainer.
What do you expect of me? What do you have to trade?
And yep, he definitely needs to be leveled up. There we go. We just went through a boatload of marks, but it was worth it. Manage your traits.
Assume to mislead me, Fodiad.
Alright, so everything's good here. Now, I could swap one of his skills out for resilient body, or one of his trainings out. We have currently heavy armor training, defensive training, boundless resolve, and boundless morale. So he has a lot of morale. And heavy armor training and defense. So he's not, well, he's a tank. He is a true tank. His whole goal is to keep their attention off of me. I have evade, armor penetration, which means I have a better chance of penetrating their armor, and critical rating. So I have better crits. I'll keep that too. Well, I think this is a good place to leave him off. The next time, maybe we'll even start with a couple skirmishes to make up for all those marks that I just spent. Who knows? Still, I want to thank everybody that stopped by. With special thank you to TWS Lives. I hope you are doing well too, sir. And one of these days, I will figure out something for Rumble. Thank you to Drive By on the YouTube side. I'm glad you thought everything looked good. I hope you're doing well, having a great Tuesday evening. And for everybody who stuck around and maybe didn't say anything, well, thank you also. I appreciate every one of you. But next time, say hi. I promise I don't bite. Now, Thursday, we'll be back with Thormurn. And like I said, we might start off with a couple skirmishes. Who knows? Friday and Saturday, we'll be having some fun in Oblivion. And if you don't want to miss all of that, and you haven't already, well, y'all know what to do. All those fun clicky things the website wants you to do. But for now, I'm going to go, I don't know, gargle with a bunch of warm water, see if my mouth will stop being dry. And then rest. So, once again, thank you. I appreciate you all. Have a great night. Have a wonderful Wednesday. And until next time, bye for now.